the way I got it figured.
What's up, guys? It's Phil from Crossfire Collectibles with a special guest,
the sheriff at Way I Got It Figured.
And today in this video we will be unboxing and reviewing the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover Megatron Hiss Tank and Baroness retro figure. Stick around. Guys, so here it is, the G.I. Joe Transformers Decepticon Megatron Hiss Tank with Baroness retro figure. I went ahead and decided not to wait on Pulse to get the orders in so they could ship them out, and Amazon dropped these a bit early, so I went ahead and picked one up. And I thought, who better than the man who knows more about Transformers than anybody I know, Mr. Mel from Way I Got It Figured, to help me go over this thing. So
and apropos of the Pulse thing, they're shipping these this week, so if you got it on Pulse, you should be getting it sometime this week.
So we'll give you a shot of the box art.
Oh yeah, no,
You got Decepticon Transformers on this side with the Hiss Tank Cobra, and just G.I. Joe on this side, again with Baroness and the Hiss Tank. So this is a slide open box. It's basically got these 4 pieces of tape on it. Pop those up. I want to be careful because I don't want to destroy the box. It seems like if you pull it too hard, it will rip and scuff up some of your packaging.
They put these same pieces of tape on the Emperor's Throne Room that they did for the Pulse card last year. They just come off. You should be alright.
One more. Alright. So go ahead and grab the side. I'll try to slide it open. Okay. So here is your box. Hasbro and G.I. Joe crossover. All like crossover X collectibles 2022 and Transformers. Same on the bottom, nothing on the sides, and on the back, top secret Cobra files.
Which is funny because this is like literally from the comic book.
Yeah. And then so flip it around, let you guys get the first view at it. Woo! There it is. Megatron.
Very cool, very cool.
So I'm gonna pull this out. Okay, so there's Baroness. She's on a card on the back. I'm gonna be like extremely delicate getting that out. Wine prep and directions book. Side. Alright, let me see how to do this. And she just slide out.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
There you go.
Cool.
Nice.
It's punched, but whatever. There you have it. Yeah, she does look like the OG one. Maybe the reissue that he did in the 90s.
What's up with this two-tone paint on the eyes? That's kind of weird. Alright, so what I'm talking about is, if you look at the glasses right here, it's like two-tone paint on the eyes. Now,
maybe to give the idea that it's, there's actually lenses in there.
Could be. But, if I know Phil, he's going to leave this on the card anyway.
Yeah, staying on the card. I'm going to show you the back.
I don't want to nitpick.
I like the nice art right here. The G.I. Joe Transformers crossover logo, symbol, sigil, whatever you want to call it. Baroness, Hiss Tank, and then a file card.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same one on the back of the retro classified.
Yeah. And like the old school, she has her backpack and her laser rifle. But yeah, that's gonna do it for her. She's getting put up. She's staying nicely. Stay this piece up there too. But yeah.
I could probably spend 5 or 10 minutes just talking about the box.
Yeah. So it looks like this is going to be fun because there's a lot of these rubber bands in there. So I guess we can start. You grab a side, I'll grab a side, and just start tucking these off. Back here. So obviously, everything doesn't just stay on Megatron when he's transforming. You have to put extra pieces on it.
Yeah. For those in the
One can.
Transformers business, he's a parts former. And I know some people are probably melting down about that, but not me.
Much easier.
Fusion cannon. We got one more piece. Hey, look, I got a Hiss tank on my back.
There he is. Very hollow. For the price range, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. Let's see, let's do this though. And I get it, you know, it's hollow and that's not necessarily what you want.
He's got good size though. He's go ahead and pull out Masterpiece Megatron and compare his size real quick. Because we are going to transform it into the Hiss tank to give you guys an idea how that looks. Unfortunately, I don't have a loose Hiss laying around. Hayden has them with him. Oh, he's actually bigger than the Masterpiece Megatron. But yeah, it'd be nice if he talked too.
Well, it'd be nice if he wasn't hollow. We were a long way from talking.
Anyways, so there's your appearance for today. And he's going back.
Phil showing off with his sound enhanced Megatron.
It's awesome.
The Diablo cannons, as they called them back in the day. So it looks like, so you got, I guess these go down. Right? This is just how he is in the box. It's not like how he's really supposed to be as a robot. And then, so you got these two tabs right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then these slots.
I got you.
So you got slots. Right, you got slots here. And then he's got tabs. I'm in the wrong place. Tabs here and here. There you go. And you just sort of stick them. You stick the back of Hiss tank on him via the tabs. You have the little hooks here to go into this on his neck, which of course his shoulders are blocking.
Oh, you know what? I think I know it. I didn't see that part.
There you go.
All right.
And now it's easier to tab those tabs in because it's lined up on his back. So there we go. We did it. After some foolishness. Want some overkill, you can stick the fusion cannon right there, but
he's gonna be a little top heavy.
It'll look stupid.
Just put it on his arm.
Yeah, Phil. Just put it on his arm.
Alright, so instead of using the carded Retro Baroness he came with, I'm gonna break out one of my loose ones from the San Diego set that came with Ravage. Pop her up in the back. See how she's standing there. Yeah. A little shot for you.
Yeah.
And her hands are like perfect size, so like she'd be actually manning the cannons herself.
So pew, pew, pew. You know, we zoom, zoom, zoom. All right. So we, you know, we said right off from the outset that he's kind of hollow, and he is. But
the bag makes him top heavy a bit.
But what I would say though is the plastic quality is good. It's nice plastic. The plastic is good. But you know, yeah, he's hollow. I mean, you know, they had to make Megatron into a HISS tank. It's not going to be
perfect for sure. It's like the only way he'll go is leaning forward or falling back.
Right. So let's look at his articulation, right? So you got you have on twist, box F curl, whatever you want to call that. The hands are stationary and they're painted. He has somewhat of an ab crunch, just kind of odd, somewhat of an ab crunch, but I'm sure that's really, well, it's not really an ab crunch. That's for transformation purposes. Legs, of course, and they're good ratchets. I mean, this is Transformers level ratchets. They're not loose by any stretch of the imagination. Knee bend. He's not going to have any kind of ankle rockers because he would probably, you know, immediately fall over.
With the feet do fold back up into it.
Now, if you, as you can see, if you spread his legs in a naturalish pose, he will stand. He's not in any way falling. Baroness is back there.
Yeah, I'm just lifting her up to test the durability. So yeah, he's up there, and I'm popping it down, so it'll hold.
So there's that. There are some things that are good here, right? It's hollow, but it's not flimsy, right? So I want to be fair. I'm always fair in all of my, you know, assessments of an action figure. Is it $80? Well, no,
not at all.
When you do these crossovers with other properties, those properties are licensed, and so it tends to cost more because they got to pay for the license, right? But they own all of this.
Hey, we're going to put G.I. Joe and Transformers in the
together,
same
right?
thing.
Which
the only other way we could charge an insane amount of money would be at Comic-Con when they did the crossover sets together.
Right. So, you know, maybe $60, maybe $60.
50, 55.
Okay.
I'll be generous, say 55.
Okay, so here's where I'm gonna push back on the $50 a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, the figure, of course.
The Baroness on the card.
Yeah, so you got.
They want $20 for those now.
20.
Right? They want $20 for that.
Which is too much.
Right?
How about $2.99?
Yeah.
I'd like to go back in time.
1985.
Yeah.
All right, so the Megatron, again, you know, yeah, he's a little gappy and weird and flimsy, but he's large. He's a huge figure, right?
But I do want to say, like, in all reality, I think this should have been maybe a $65 figure.
That's what I'm thinking. 65. Let's say $45 for this.
$45 for the Megatron.
It's like leader class or better size, but not necessarily complexity, right? It's not complex, but it's got to change into a HISS tank. It's pulling double duty, so I'm gonna be fair and say $60 for the whole thing, 65 maybe. I can see that. Another $15 for what? The package. Package is nice. It's definitely something you probably want to keep.
Well, look at the Comic-Con exclusive ones, you know. They had that fancy comic art, you know, in the front. Big giant box.
I mean, this is like super nostalgia, right? So, and there's some other good things here, like this Megatron. So this head sculpt is like a giant version of the Siege Megatron. It's like literally the Siege Megatron head. It's just bigger, which is a nice head for Megatron. So look at me, I'm handsome. I'm Megatron. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna say $60, $65. I'm gonna agree with Phil. $65 would have been fair. $80 is excessive.
85 with shipping. It was like was it $89.99? You know what? It was up there. I think with tax and shipping, it was like, well, I got an Amazon Prime, so it was free shipping. Yeah. But I think it came to like $96.
Yeah, that's too much. So that's about $30 too much. So you know, okay, right? And when we get to the final part of this, I'm going to say what I think this figure, what you should be doing with this figure if you decide to get it. But we should probably transform it. So, you know, it's a Transformers video, which means we got to do it on screen. And, well, I'm nervous.
Don't worry. This is probably going to take a minute. So neither of us have watched any reviews or anything of how this is actually going to transform. So you're going to get a bit of cutting in between there because it's probably going to take us a minute. So we're going to get through the transformation and give you clips as we're moving along.
So you can put that as a shield. So, yeah. I have a shield now and a gun. Okay. Turn these 180. I'll take this figure again.
Oh, come on, please.
Yeah.
Doesn't it go down in his hand? Oh.
It could, but it would look dumb. So you flip them out, right? And then inside there's these things.
Yeah. Aha.
Yeah, like that.
Just gonna pull this piece out. It'll come out. There you go. That'll move.
But see here, right here, it comes off. Whew, that's on there.
Scary.
Good, right. Right. It goes down like that. Now you're flipping up the chest. Oh, that came off. And these go back up like they were. It'll be something like that. So put his feet in.
Is there a tab where they go together?
Nope. So right here, like this.
It might not go into shape, but
Yeah, but that's how it is.
yeah. So he'll be hidden inside of the part, I'm assuming.
Somewhat.
Or it's gonna be
Without
that's the
remember.
tow hitch. Oh, you know what? I see it. There's some tabs in there. Oops. That's alright. Put them in there. You should go right back to it.
Yeah, there you go. Like that. Kind of looking like a HISS tank.
It's getting there.
Right, so then you can almost see how it's supposed to.
Yeah.
This is.
Got it.
Oh yeah. Yep. I mean that's literally the only way it's gonna go. So. Yep.
Too bad, I guess. Figure out what the fuck I just did, so I'm doing over here. Something like that. Stuff goes.
There we go. There is some engineering to this. I mean,
yeah, it's a little confusing, but you got two minds working together, and it's a lot easier to figure out. Still crooked.
yeah, because you can't, because you definitely can't. You can barely see the instructions. They're like it's a magnifying glass with these instructions.
Something. Oh, It's not all the way down. So there's a tab. So this is a tricky little tab inside here. Try to get a close up of it right there. You gotta do that to get them two pieces together. Then that should come down much easier.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Cool. And that. Get them lined up together.
And then you got the basis.
See what's down here.
His tank. And the funny thing is, so like this turret part is supposed to really be on here like the entire time. The way the instructions have it set up, it never comes off.
Yeah. So just take it off, it'd be easier.
We didn't pull this out.
I was like, what's going on? That should go on.
Hey, do you have like a Hiss tank that's not a Megatron?
Not open.
No.
He's got them all.
Well, the thing it goes right on, of course. But the thing I was worried about is like it literally goes right into Megatron's face, right? So,
And look, it's got the old school pegs on it.
yep.
So she won't fit on there. But we'll test her out on the inside. So
Yep. It rolls like a Hiss tank, which is poorly. And of course, the finishing touch.
see, they could at least light up or something. Have like a purple light out of it.
Yeah, for $120. It's already 90. So there you go. You got yourself a Hiss tank. Phil says it's smaller.
It looks smaller. It definitely looks smaller.
It looks about the same to me, but
I feel it's definitely a bit smaller. So I'm gonna bring out Baroness back out again and see how well she fits inside the cockpit. Oh, look inside. It looks spacious.
And it's actually got some controls in here, which, you know, the old...
Her head's too big. You remember, she had, like, she can't... Oh, wait.
There you go.
Yeah, she goes right down in there. And that'll shut now for sure. All the way. Awesome. Beep, beep, beep.
So there you go. Megatron has now transformed into more or less
Mega
a
Hiss.
Hiss tank. And it looks cool. You know, I mean, I know we want perfection. I want perfection. I just don't believe there's anything that's perfect, right? But here's the deal. What it takes to get Megatron into a Hiss tank, or maybe Bumblebee into an All Striker, or whatever else they're gonna do next. I mean, you know, we could call it lazy. We could talk about how hollow they are, but I mean, this Megatron turned into a Hiss tank. The guns are definitely better than the original Hiss tank, because, you know, they had the stick that would break and fall down and all that kind of stuff. So this is a much better way to approach that. And if you look in different places, you can see just enough that Megatron is still kind of there, right? Just sort of there. Hands are there. But, you know, it's the shell of a Hiss tank with Megatron's in there. Yeah. Now, for me, as I was saying, if it's me, this figure to me is more designed to be Megatron in robot mode, standing up with Baroness, like, sitting on his back. Like,
yeah. They deceived you a little bit, though, because, you know, with all the promo pictures, you didn't get to see the back of it. How it looks. It's so hollow, and it's like, I know a lot of people complain, oh, look at the kibble and all this and that, but there's nothing there. He's just straight open.
Right. I mean, it's kibble or it's hollow. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, the instructions, the stuff's in there, man, but these instructions are small. And and I have, you know, I have Generations figures that have bigger instruction booklets than this. Now, you know, I'm a late 40s man, and I look at computer screens all day, so, you know, my eyes are not the best. But this is tiny. It was really not all that helpful.
But it's together, and this is what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually nice looking. Like, I think that actually kind of looks good.
Yeah, from the side, it's a HISS tank. You can't really.
It's a little more modernized, I think. I think there's a little bit of difference than the old school HISS tanks. There's a few things I'm noticing that wouldn't be on the old one, but especially with the kind of rounded look.
I am gonna knock it a little bit for the gappiness of not
clicking down all the way.
Clicking down all the way. Unfortunately, that's not that's not the best. You know, you paid $90 for this. I at least expect it to be. Yeah. You know, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying,
like something will snap into place. Click. Right. Oh, that's not moving. But yeah, this is like that part's bulging out some. The cockpit won't stay down proper unless you push it in, and there's still a gap in between. What do you want to call this? The sides?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's still a gap.
Definitely not waterproof. Yay, A for effort. But
it's fun.
But it's like a C.
It's fun to
minus for you know, for the result that you get.
Yeah. You don't have to put all the stickers and decals on because they're already on.
Right, they're painted on.
So they're nice. They're straight. You know, you're not like, oh, and I got to pull it back off, and it's like you can tell it's been peeled.
Yeah.
But overall, all right, let's go ahead and get to it. So I'm gonna rate this probably just due to, I guess, the complexity, the design, the lack in sizable images for the directions, instructions. It's probably a 6.
Yeah.
And just the open back of the Megatron, that's what really bugged me the most. The Baroness, I can't really say much about because, you know, it is an O-ring style figure and staying on the card the way it is like this. And it just looks like an old school figure just updated with a neat little nifty bit of art on the back. But, and the box art's probably the best thing out of the whole package, honestly.
Yeah, well, I got it figured. I'm going to concur with my man Phil here. I don't give a lot of 6s on my channel because I feel like nothing's really that bad. But I'm gonna go ahead and say 6. I don't do halves, but if I was gonna do a half, I'd give it a 6.5. But I'm gonna say 6 because yes, it's a HISS tank. It's a serviceable HISS tank, but there's still some just weirdness that, you know, even the most forgiving action figure collector is gonna be like, nah, that just kind of bothers me.
Right.
So yeah.
It's a few flaws, but it seems like when it was being designed, they were like, "Oh, we got that little bit of gap right there. You know what? Fuck it, let's do it." So that's what they did.
Right. I mean, maybe they're sitting on, you know, at Hasbro, you know, when they get the sample, maybe they're sitting on a sample that the sample goes together like perfectly or whatever. But the production version, it does what it does.
I mean, it's, for the most part, I mean, it's kind of tight without her bouncing around in there, but let's get her back out. I do like how she fits in. It will hold a modern figure well. That's what it's... Yeah, even if you push on it, it just seems like it doesn't want to stay completely in that form. But
yeah, so if you're into G.I. Joe and you're into Transformers, and you gotta
get it.
Yeah, you kind of have to get it, but
I'm not saying it's bad. It's neat. It's fun. It's neat. It's just, but in Megatron form, his I think looks way better than how Megatron looks, and it's kind of disappointing that we can't. Because I wanted to actually display him as Megatron, but once I saw the back, I'm like, no. So I was probably going to stay in his tank form. But yeah, like overall, again, it's going to be a 6 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to concur on the 6.
But yeah, if you're up for it, you got the money to spend, you definitely want to add to your collection, get it. I'm not going to knock nobody for getting it or not getting it. I got it, and I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Right.
I'm like a little more in between.
I agree. Don't hate it, don't love it.
Cool. Well, that's going to wrap up this video for the Megatron G.I. Joe Transformers Crossover HISS Tank. Big thanks to my buddy Mel. I'll leave a link to his page in the description. If you guys like what you saw, please leave a giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Follow us on Instagram at Crossfire X Collectibles and Everything.gijoe, and follow us on Facebook at HP Crossfire Collectibles. And
wait, I got a figure.
Okay. Again, thanks Mel, and links in the description for his page. Make sure you give him a like and follow his videos, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.